All right, we'll get this one started. All right, both players readying up. Countdown 5, 4, 3. Welcome to the World Cyber Games 2006 Quake 4 All-Stars. Quake has returned to the World Cyber Games, and what an exciting event it's been so far. We're here on the third map of Socrates versus Fox, and already we're going to see Socrates opening things up with a frag here on Placebo Effect. I'm DJ Weed, and joining me is Tosspot, and we've got 15 minutes on this clock. Already 15 seconds have ticked away, and I really like Placebo Effect. I saw Fox versus Toxic on this map yesterday, and it was absolutely just such an amazing game. Already Socrates grabs another rail, up 2-0, taking that red armor. He's got control. They split maps. It looked like Fox won Frantic, and Socrates won Monsoon. So now we're here on Placebo Effect.
Yeah, I took a peek over your shoulder whilst the other game was going on and was watching the Fox-Socrates game. And I'll tell you what, Fox was trying to pull off the comeback on Monsoon, like we saw him yesterday.
Yeah.
You can never rule him out. But Socrates, to his great credit, really played it sensibly, really put a lot of distance between him and his opponent. Just Fox couldn't find him in time, and now the score is 4-1 with a minute played. We just had an equalization frag as each other fragged one another. As we look at Fox, he has himself a shotgun in hand. He's on the prowl, tries to clay pitch and shoot down Mr. Socrates. He lands one with that shotgun, now going to make his way forward. Takes a rail, though, and is just going to back away, collects 225s, and is just going to have to play this one a little bit cagely as the red is up, and Socrates is trying to bait him into it, which he'll do, and that'll be that, 5-1.
I have to say, I have been really, really impressed with Socrates this entire tournament. He came here and he said, you know, I think people are just kind of expecting me to be the whipping boy, you know, the one that is just going to kind of get devastated all over the place. But then he said, I'm just going to play this and have fun and just kind of like not care. And, you know, even though he says he doesn't care, he definitely cares, but it's a mental thing for him, and it puts him in that mood that he needs to be. Fox down to 14 points of health. To Socrates' credit, he is already up by 5 frags. However, we've seen Fox, we've seen Toxic make huge comebacks on Placebo Effect, so anything is possible here with 12 minutes and 47 seconds left on the clock. Fox will grab the 225s that are just across from the lightning gun, and he definitely needs some armor. However, Socrates holding on to that nicely. Great rocket there from Fox, trying to follow up with some shafts. Will go on the chase, and he finds Socrates down below by the railgun. The red armor is up. Can he go for it? He needs to watch out for that rail, and he will get it. It looks like Socrates did not take the shot, but he's waiting for him. There it is. Some nice work there by Fox with the machine gun, but we did see Socrates land that rail, putting Fox down to 31 points of health and 33 armor.
Yeah, 6-1 the score. Rocket's being dodged by Fox as the rail will come in as well, and Fox is just going to back himself away, and he needs to right now. He needs to use that clock to his advantage. Now he's got a lot of time, and just 5 frags if he can use the time, but this could become 6 very quickly, and it will do. Hyper Blaster in from Jason, a.k.a. Socrates of Mount Sports, and Fox of the free players now is under the cosh. He's taking a few shots from above, now going to pick himself up that rail. More Hyper Blaster coming through that teleporter as Fox sits with 69 points of health. And I'll tell you what, that's the big factor in this. Fox really has had no access to health or armor in this game.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, and that's exactly what we've seen in some of the other matchups with Toxic, with Socrates, etc., etc. Nice rail out of the teleporter from Socrates. Looking for another one. Sees Fox grab that Mega Health, going to go up a second time, misses that rail, but does get a little bit of rocket damage. He's down to 31 points of health as he was getting chewed up by the machine gun of Fox, so he'll choose to back up just a little bit. One thing Socrates I definitely know will be much more aware of in this matchup and in future matchups is not letting that lead slip away. He's had a couple of games where he's really started out strong, and then the lead is slowly and surely slipped away. That same has been said for Fox, seems to be said for Toxic, and even some of the other players early on, Avic and Cypher as well. But right now, Socrates sitting pretty with a nice 7 frag lead. The problem is that if Fox can actually regain control and get that juice run with the Mega Health and the red armor, you could see some serious frags coming out of that guy. His rail was on yesterday, but it's Socrates who's in the zone right now as he lands another railgun kill. Well, 124 in the health armor department, still up by 8. So we're about 10 minutes through, or we're about 5 minutes through on this. Top spot so far. What do you think? A lot of people being impressed by Socrates?
A lot of people have been, but then yesterday, well, these are the two underdogs, if you will. Both of them weren't expected to do a whole lot, and Fox in particular, because he was the replacement player. But yesterday, he proved in a mammoth battle with Toxic what he's capable of. Now, though, we played 5 full minutes, and really, he hasn't even been connected to the game server for those 5 minutes. I think, sooner or later, there is going to be a pressure factor coming into this. And until the longer it goes without that frag, the longer it goes, thanks Rocket coming in, he's just had yellow and has the Mega as well. So, like I was saying, the longer it goes without that frag, the more it's going to start to pay. But, in the meantime, whilst he's now finding a few holes, as he's going to pick up the red and exchange LG coming out from Socrates, Socrates is going to, just get it! With 28 points to spare, and I'll tell you what, Fox had everything then, and Socrates still got him down.
This very, very nice frag there with the LG. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. He's going to grab the shards right here. It looks like Fox also grabbed the Mega Health. Let's switch over to him. Yes, he did. He's at 189, but no armor. This could be bad for him as he gets in a battle over near the red, and not a wise decision as Jason, a.k.a. Socrates, easily takes him down. Fox picking up the rail off the spawn, looking for that close cornered rail, but he cannot get it, and that will pad Socrates' lead even more. 12-1 is the score. Fox, it looks like there is absolutely nothing he can do. This was the map yesterday where he took an amazing lead over Toxic, and Toxic was able to bring it back in his favor. But we do know that Fox is absolutely capable of running control on this map, Placebo Effect, and there he will grab the Mega Health once again. But it's the armor that he really needs. And this is what happened yesterday as well, is he had the Mega Health, but it really didn't matter because it's the armor that's going to benefit you more. Now, if you have the Mega Health and a little bit of armor, then you're going to be in good shape, like we see right here. Fox picking up a few shards and the and the yellow armor, making him 177.65. We got 8 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock.
Rockets and Hyperblaster being exchanged right now. Fox is going to come right up and close to Socrates. Will get away, and Socrates will just land a rail as Fox exited. Both of them on 44 and 45 points of health, respectively. And now Socrates is going to pick up that Mega. To add to what you said about the importance of armor, one of the big factors on this map is that there are so many 25s around this map that it devoids that one star Mega of true importance. And thus, armor, which is a little bit more sparse, really comes into play as Socrates cuts Fox down from across the map, but is running around with just 11 points of health and will go down. Now Fox surely has himself an opening.
I think he does. He just grabbed the red armor. If he can get the Mega here, I think he could string a few of these frags together. He's going to go through the teleporter. He's already scoped when he comes through, and now he will wait on the Mega platform, shotgun in hand, and there it is. He has got both of them. Now if he can keep that yellow armor away, he can reverse the roles here of basically Fox being the greedy one with all the power-ups, and Socrates being the beggar, which is absolutely the opposite scenario to what we saw earlier. Fox sees Socrates off the spawn. Unfortunately, he does not hit that rail, but it is 13-3 as Fox has managed to pick up a couple more. Now, there's a close cornered rail, and down to 81-48. Needs to think about that red armor, and there it is. He gets over near that area and checking things out. Fox knows that he grabs those two 25s over near the lightning gun on Placebo Effect. He'll go through, grab a 25 himself, and I feel like Fox isn't really thinking about those power-ups right now. It looks like Socrates just grabbed that Mega Health, and I have a feeling he's going to make his way over to the red as well. He needs to be careful as the yellow should be up, and I guess that Fox now did grab the red, so his opportunity will be closed there. But 6 minutes and 40 seconds, Fox needs to make a move by the 3-minute mark if he wants to try to bring this 10-point lead back in his favor.
Yeah, Fox unable to build on that third frag and really get any momentum behind it, and thus Socrates, to his credit once again, has really been able to shut the door down on his opponent. But right now, that rail is trying to open up that door for him. Fox, it took Socrates down a long, long way before he picked up that Mega Health, and now Socrates is running around with just 100 health after picking up the Mega, so Lord knows what he was down to.
Yeah.
Now out comes the Hyperblaster, Socrates backing away, and Fox charges down, and Socrates down to 22 points of health, and Fox will take a frag, and now maybe the momentum can be built.
Yeah, hopefully it can be here. Fox now firing some grenades into the back hallway, sees sees Socrates coming out, and you'll notice how much more in 1.3 that Hyper Blaster is used, especially here on this map right there. Socrates bringing the control back in his favor. And so it's not a matter of Fox not being able to regain control. It's a matter of Fox not being able to string those frags together, which can be a difficult thing to do. You think that once you kill your opponent, you've got an easy road, but that is just not the case. And as you mentioned, Talkbot, I think a great point that you made is the fact that there are so many 25s on this map, and it can make killing your opponent after they've taken you out very, very difficult. 5 minutes and 22 seconds now. The clock is 15-4, and Socrates still has the lead.
Now, Fox is going to patrol himself around. He's got 120 on the board. Oh no, taken away. LG comes back out. Oh, Socrates will take the frag. Now Fox, off the respawn, really back against the wall. 5 minutes left in this one, and Fox really, his days may well be numbered. He'll let the Fox out of the bag. Well, Socrates did, and he's going to put him right back in that bag any moment now. Probably send him into that loser's bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is going to happen, and that will make an interesting matchup between Fox and Sturmy if it does indeed happen. And an even more interesting matchup, which I believe you will be casting here next, between Socrates and Toxic, should Fox not be able to bring this one back together. And with 4 minutes and 35 seconds, I gotta say, I don't have that much faith in Fox. We've seen him play some amazing games. Is this the best game that I've seen him play here? Absolutely not. In fact, I feel like his railgun has been really cold. He hasn't really found his zone yet. On the other hand, Socrates is so focused. He is hitting all the shots he needs to hit. You know, the guy is playing how we expected Socrates to play back in Quake 3 and the early days of Quake 4. And I really think that Socrates was a slow starter even in Quake 3, and it may be the same case as he's really starting to show some dominance here in Quake 4. It would be amazing, to be honest with you, if an American actually did win this tournament. You know, no one has really gotten too close in terms of American in Quake 4. It's pretty much been dominated either by the Russians or the Swedes, and in this case, we see an American finally rising above the rest, and with 3 minutes and 41 seconds, it looks like his victory will indeed be his.
Yeah, and the big part about it also is it's the right day. You know, day one was good, he got the job done. Day two, he's really hitting form.
Yeah.
And that, you know, when it's only a 2-day tournament, is all you need. He's in the fine form, fine shape, and now, if he's in that zone, he may be able to coin a phrase from you, melt the ice of Toxic, but we'll see. We have ourselves 17-6, 3 minutes left to go. The one thing you can't do is rule out Fox, even with such a mammoth scoreline. He's pulled out this comeback before, and it's a trademark of the Swedes that they never ever give up. And well, Jason, a.k.a. Socrates, as you see on his screen right now, really is just playing this cleverly. And this is what I admire about him. He is just keeping distance between him and his opponent.
Yes, he absolutely is, and he's playing a perfect game here on Placebo Effect. He was probably happy that this was going to be the third map. There's 225 being picked up by Socrates. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be pretty much impossible for Fox to be able to mount a comeback at this point, especially with just how well Socrates is saying. You know, we always say before, is it possible? Yes, but a lot of it depends on if you'll be able to overpower your opponent. Typically, when they're raging you for 13 minutes of the map, they're all of a sudden not going to go, I guess I'll just let my opponent do a little bit better than he has been the last 13 minutes. Finally, Fox does land a frag, but the bottom line is that, you know, Socrates came out, he was confident, he was dominant, and he wants to keep that going for all 15 minutes. Even with 2 minutes left on the clock now, Fox has 10 frags to make up, and there's got to be a level of frustration that he's dealing with right now, knowing that that's going to be next to impossible.
Yes, indeed. Fox now on the patrol, can't find Socrates for love nor money. Sees just the back of him going through teleporter. Will land a rocket on his tail, but he'll get himself away. Hyperblast going back from Socrates now, and it'll be Fox from the damage of the Hyperblaster and then the rocket of himself that'll knock himself out, and that'll take away one of the 7 frags that he's worked so hard to get and has been so painful to get. And while this has not been a pleasurable 13.5 minutes for him.
No, it absolutely has not been, but Fox is a player that knows that it's okay to lose, Toshbot. You know, he's just got to wipe this game clean from his memory and focus on what will be next, because this is a double elimination tournament. So this isn't the last path for these guys. They've got one more matchup. However, we do and we will see Socrates taking on Toxic, which will be a fantastic matchup, and then we will see Fox taking on Sturmy, which will be an equally fantastic matchup. It's going to be hard to pick between those two, but I think the obvious choice is Toxic versus Socrates. I think that everyone wants to see just what the powerful American right now can do versus the dominant Swede. 48 seconds left on the clock. This one is going to be officially over, and we are now in garbage time. And, some predictions here, I don't know. Everyone's saying that despite the fact that Toxic is nearly dropped a couple of games, that it is just going to be tough for him to pull it off. But, as I mentioned yesterday, I will make mention of a tournament in which this exact opposite or same scenario happened, and that was ESWC 2005 Quake 3 Cup, where we saw CZM dominant through the entire tournament and beating everyone, including one of the biggest rivals there, Cooler. But what happened in the finals? Cooler came back to won. Just because someone dominates throughout the entire tournament does not mean that the finals match cannot come down to another person's favor. And in the last seconds, 3-2-1, the final score, 20-6. Tosspot, your final comments on this game.
Well, Socrates is sending out a message. He is here and he is in form. He's taken down one. Now can he go for the other? If you want to draw a pretty redundant comparison, Fox and Toxic, there was only a couple frags between them yesterday. Now there's 14 between Socrates and Fox, and maybe that sends out a big message that Toxic has to be aware.
Well, I wish I could watch that match, but it looks like you're going to jump on it, so we will see that one coming up next here on the Cyberspace 1 stage from inside the game. This is DJ Wheat and Tosspot from the World Cyber Games 2006 Grand Finals.